We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Just trying to provide direction.
Thank you.
I'll macromanage this somehow.
Megatron must be stopped, no matter the cost.
Hello, friends, and welcome to the Autopod Decepticast, a bi-weekly podcast delivering an episode-by-episode breakdown of the original G1 series, episode 209 of our program, covering episode number 95 of The Transformers, and that is The Return of Optimus Prime, Part 2, airing February 25th, 1987. I am your host, Aaron. No intro. Who are you guys?
I'm Ryan.
And I am Caleb.
And this is it. The end of season 3.
Far out, man.
Yeah, man.
How are you guys feeling? We're almost there. It's the last mile of this marathon.
It's weird. Only to come up over the hill and see that there's so many more hills ahead of us.
What describe these hills?
They're hills full of one-off G.I. Joe episodes and poorly animated, computer-animated characters.
Not to mention poorly animated one more season of Transformers.
Yeah, got that.
Oh, yeah, we get ACOM back.
At least it's short.
I'd say it's. I'm very excited. Let's bring on something new and different. Change is good.
Keep telling ourselves
Yeah, that's
that.
what my managers and directors say, and I'm like, no, it really is
It's
not.
bad.
Like, not when you change my pay by 15% in the backwards direction.
Did that happen?
No.
Oh, okay.
Could.
Good. Wow. You know something I
Great.
don't?
I've been
Oh,
talking
no. To my boss?
to your boss.
Oh, no.
I know stuff.
Oh, shit.
Christmas isn't going to be as good this year.
Oh, no.
Christmas is canceled.
Hey, we have an Apple Podcast review.
Cool.
Did you guys know that?
I hope it's better.
It is from Apple Podcast user Nucleotides.
Nice.
And they left this in June of 2023. The headline is Harry Potter Puppet Pals. Does that
Okay.
ring any bells for you guys? Nope.
No.
Okay. Whoever does the voice impressions of Starscream and Snake, I need you to know it's a spot-on Dumbledore from the Harry Potter Puppet Pals show. It makes my soul happy, and it makes this podcast better. I love you, bye. 5 stars.
Wow.
Excellent.
All right.
Yeah.
So what is the Harry Potter Puppet Pals show?
So I am aware of this because it's made the rounds in my house, at least one video. I didn't know it was an extended series. I thought it was just one guy made one video that went kind of viral. But I'll show you. This is relatively short.
And they're saying that you sound like the Dumbledore on here, but when you do the Starscream and Snake.
One of us, maybe we can make that determination
Well,
through
I
this
mean-
process.
Okay, let's see.
I don't do Snake, I don't think.
What is that mysterious ticking noise? Not over here, not over there. Kind of catchy. Snipe, Snipe, Severus Snape, 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 Severus Snape.
Dumbledore!
Snape, Severus Snape.
Dumbledore!
Snape, Severus Snape.
Dumbledore!
Snape,
Ron,
Severus
Ron
Snape.
Weasley.
Snape,
Ron,
Snape,
Ron,
Severus
Ron
Snape.
Weasley.
Snape,
Ron,
Snape,
Ron,
Severus
Ron
Snape.
Weasley.
Snape,
Hermione.
Severus Snape.
Dumbledore.
Harry Potter. Harry Potter. Severus
Harry Potter. Yeah.
Snape.
Harry Potter. Harry Potter.
Severus
Harry Potter. That's me.
Snape.
Harry.
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 Harry.
Dumbledore. Hermione.
Snape.
Harry Potter. I'm Harry Potter. I'm Harry Potter. Harry Potter. Singing our song all day long at home.
Voldemort, Voldemort, ooh, Voldemort.
All right, so that's the reference. That's the video I'd seen
Wow.
good.
around the old household.
I like
yes, I can. I see the.
The Starscream.
I see it.
Yeah, I think it's me.
Yeah, I think,
it's mine.
I'm pretty sure it's.
I
you.
feel like we all have a Starscream.
Yeah.
Or you always do the snake as he's been
Was a man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just all of our impressions that they're in love with.
I'm glad. I appreciate the review. It was good stuff. That took us on a journey.
Bring us back up.
That's a review that took us on a journey. I love it. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Nucleotides.
Yeah,
we
man.
Appreciate the stars.
Man, or whoever.
Yeah. Thanks, person.
Thank you.
Megatron, is that you? That's my Starscream.
That's great. Good job. We also have a new patron
Hey.
to add to the mix here. Their name is Mark Bairstow, a.k.a. Zarmat, although I did not clarify on what various social medias you might find. Just Google it.
Zarmat.
See what you can find. Mark comes from us. Let's see if we can pronounce this correctly. From the Shire of Ragin, Australia. That's right. We've snagged another Aussie.
Yay!
How do you think that's pronounced based on our past games of pronouncing?
Well, if I was from around here, I'd say it's waging. Waging Australia. Waging Australia.
Wagin? What? I'm picturing that.
Waging.
Michael Trimblett's voiceover. Wagon.
Wagon.
Well, yeah, that's better. Wagon. Back to Mark. He's a dog-loving, endurance-running, wife-loving type of chap who, after a 10-year hiatus, he's once again a collector of Transformers toys.
Welcome back.
Comic series. I should ask, what are you collecting, Mark? Mainline, Masterpiece, third party? Do you guys remember recording shows off television?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Well, Mark shared a story of how he'd watched the 86 movie from a Betamax recording. However, it was his siblings that recorded it. He's a little younger than us, so his siblings that are maybe closer to our age recorded it. And they must have gotten to it a little bit late because every time he'd watch it, from his point of view, the movie always started right at the Shuttle Massacre.
Oh.
Which is a gruesome way to start a movie, but to be fair, the actual first scene is the extinction of an entire civilization.
True.
Yeah.
He loves the OG series, but Transformers Prime is his favorite due to the solid lore, and storytelling, and also loves IDW, and like every respectable reader, the More Than Meets the Eye / Lost Light series is his highlight.
Cool.
Favorite Transformer is Blue Streak. Great choice. In my research on Wagin.
Waging.
Waging.
Of the Wheat Belt region of Australia, that's in the southwestern corner, I discovered that they have...
down like over by Perth and stuff like that? Far out. We got somebody from the west coast of Australia here.
That's right.
Cool, man.
I discovered they have a statue of a giant ram, which you can see here.
Mm-hmm.
I jokingly asked Mark if he'd ever slapped some graffiti or anything on that ram. He informed me that the ram's name is Bart, and no, while he has never desecrated Bart, some people have tried to mount him over the years. Others have put blue paint in areas of the statue, and some have bored holes into him. Bored holes into him.
Okay.
That's right, these sick fucks are fucking that ram.
Ugh. Oh, I don't like that. Leave him alone.
I don't know if that's true, but I don't know why you're putting holes in this thing. Stop it.
Stop that.
So that's Mark. Thank you, Mark, for joining.
You. Welcome.
Seems to be a pleasant person.
We got him
They're on the Patreon.
We got him in the Discord yet?
They're on the Discord, yes.
Yep.
Excellent.
Just recently.
Yeah. Awesome.
As for the rest of the patrons, thank you to you, Alpha Magnus, Debbie, Jeremy, Skeeter, Mr. Sadler, Mike Seibert, Bono, Michael Trimblett, Orenthal, Justin the Juice Simpson, Jonathan, Rodimus Prime, Classic Daniel, Safubi Samurai, Chandler, J Soups, Matty V, Nick the Toy Mad Dad, Ken Bockelman,
Big Ken,
DFB Greg Murray, Captain Alexis, Corey, James and Julia, Mr. Michael Ordway, Tim Dubs, Jason from Cracktastic Plastic, Thomas, Quadratic Justin, Triclops, Alex, Simon, New Daniel, Seven the Chronicler, Rodimus Prime, the Unknown
Patron.
Brian Jones, Rick, a.k.a. Autobot 1000, and Mark. Appreciate you all.
Yes. Yeah.
Ryan, now seems like as good a time as any to put something inside of us that's going to cleanse all of our sinful impurities.
You got something that can bore a hole into me?
I think you guys will enjoy this.
Excellent.
Now it's just you and me, Caleb.
Oh, shit. I keep forgetting to
Ryan hates it. We can't do the bar sounds.
I won't do it anymore, but I keep trying to do something else. Here, I got a good one. Since it has to do with Wagin. Let's go to Wagin right now.
I did read on Wikipedia that sheep is the #1 industry of wagon.
I can tell. Look around this place. There's sheep everywhere.
Yeah. Look at that one. It's over there licking a tree.
Now look at that one over there. It's licking me. Get back.
Are you going to bore a hole in it? Do you like lamb chops?
I've had lamb. I actually had some lamb at Ariake the other night. It was really good. I like lamb.
Where's Ariake?
That's that new Japanese restaurant. Back home in Springfield.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But here in Wagin, I bet they have really good lamb chops.
Maybe the best?
Maybe. I wonder if they have wool here, too. There's a guy over there with a wool sweater. Let's see.
Let's ask him.
No, he's running away. Away.
I thought we were going to hear an amazing accent.
No.
Sorry.
I've always wanted to. I'm glad I'm finally here. I've wanted to visit Southwest Australia for a long time. It seems like it's on the, kind of isolated, which I kind of like.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
What part of
be
Wagon
careful,
are we?
That sheep's totally eating your shoes.
That's okay. Let it happen.
Oh, okay.
I think where are we? The Lime Lake area?
I think so, yeah.
Over by the Great Southern Highway?
Well, that's how we got here.
356?
Yeah, there's a bunch of ponds around here.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's pleasant.
Yeah. Are those ponds or lakes? Let's see here. What would you call?
Well, I don't know.
I don't know either.
From where I'm standing.
I hated this. You guys heard, I don't care.
Well, you know what?
I'm going to take a drive. We should take a drive down to Boyerine.
No, I want to go further south down to what is the name of that town? Down there to Wooderilling.
Woodling?
Yeah.
Let's visit the Woodling Tavern.
Yeah, we'll go in there next episode.
Woodenalling?
Woodenilling.
All right, well.
Yeah. I think it gets pretty good reviews on
4.5 stars on Google. It's a 3-star hotel.
Nice. It's cool.
I'm trying to check the restaurants. I just wanted to find lamb chops.
Well, we'll have to ask somebody around here.
Unfortunately, the Lamb Shank Cafe is permanently closed.
Uh-oh, that's not a good sign. Let's check out the reviews. It's like, the lamb was terrible.
Good homemade pickles and relishes and jams, etc. Coffee wasn't amazing, but the food was good.
Yeah, I saw another review. Coffee is basic. I mean, it's coffee.
1 star, it was closed. I don't think you need to write a review for a closed restaurant. Sharney Rose Welch. Now we're diving into your life. What else have you reviewed?
5 stars. It was open. 3 stars. It closed while I was there.
They reviewed Gol Kubeling Kubi Roadhouse. 4 stars. Cheapest fuel in town.
Boy. Not a lot going on around here.
Well, it's pretty much sheep, Caleb.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, we knew what we were in for.
All right, well, let's...
Go back home?
Yeah, let's go back home.
All right. Plain sound effect.
All boarding for Springfield, Missouri.
I still didn't finish Creed 3. I'm never going to finish that movie. Flights are the only place I can watch movies.
I read like crazy on flights. I can get a lot of reading done when I fly.
I wish reading didn't make me just fall asleep.
That's
my problem.
I don't fall asleep on planes, so I like reading on planes and in cars, but I have a hard time. I get in bed at night and read it and pass out. That's my problem.
I'm also tired at the end of the day.
I feel like having visited Ragin, that
Ragin?
sheep would be a great addition to Ryan's backyard.
Ryan, you ever thought about getting livestock back there? He can't. It's against the law here. He needs to get out to the county. That's why Ryan's going to move out of town to a farm someday called Jet Farm.
Is that a fact? Have you talked about that?
It's a region where bits with sound effects aren't allowed.
Damn.
This is looking really interesting. Wow. Actually, I'm very intrigued. Oh, he's lighting it on fire. What?
Our drinks are on fire.
So there's a crouton on top of my drink, and Ryan just lit it on fire, and it's flaming. This is awesome.
Well, we have a bias to drink cocktail this episode, boys. It comes to us from our friend Josh, who tasked me with making a pop culture phenomenon known as the Flaming Homer or Mo. For those who are unaware, perhaps living in a cave on Mars with your eyes closed and your fingers in your ears, this drink comes from the 10th episode of the 3rd season of The Simpsons, where Homer runs out of beer one night while Marge's sisters are visiting and creates a cocktail on the fly with leftover random bottles of booze. When Selma's cigarette lights the drink on fire, that gives the cocktail that little something extra that makes it delicious. Mo ends up stealing the recipe and renaming it the Flaming Mo, and spoiler, the special ingredient is Krusty's non-narcotic cough syrup. There are a ton of real-world versions of this, but I purposely didn't look up any of them and just decided to make up my own. Homer's version has 8 liquors in it, but only ingredients we know are tequila, creme de menthe, and some kind of schnapps. I will admit I left out the creme de menthe because it's just too strong a flavor, but I did include 8 liquors. For this recipe, you will need a 1/4 ounce or 15 mils of green chartreuse, a 1/4 ounce of gin, a 1/4 ounce of maraschino liqueur, a 1/4 ounce of tequila, a 1/4 ounce of Kirschwasser, which is a cherry liqueur, a 1/4 ounce of ouzo, a 1/4 ounce of Angostura bitters, a 1/4 ounce of sloe gin, which kind of stands in for the cough syrup, and a 1/2 ounce or 30 mils of lime juice and a 1/2 ounce of pineapple juice. Combine all ingredients and shake with ice and open pour into a large Collins or rocks glass. Garnish with 1/2 a lime boat and a crouton soaked in, I used Everclear, and light it on fire.
Sweet. Cheers.
Kind of hoped he had cough syrup in it.
No, you do not.
No, we do not want that. It just keeps evolving in my mouth.
Yeah, this.
I can't tell yet if it's refreshing or not.
To me, I think it's better than it should be. And I also made this up on my first try because I'm fucking awesome.
Even the proportions?
Yeah.
Like you haven't adjusted from
The bitters.
Nope.
stab one.
The bitters really come through.
And it, to me, tastes kind of like a boozy fruit punch.
Yeah.
It's got a bit more medicinal quality than a fruit punch, but it's not off-putting entirely.
No.
That's the cough syrup. I forgot to say I put in 4 ounces of Dimetap with codeine.
I would call
good
this
stuff.
I would call this a refreshing drink. It's unusual. It's just
I would call this one is enough.
there's a lot going on.
It's not bad. It's not bad, but Josh was like, yeah, I know that this is something that a bunch of people have done, but give it a shot. And so thank you, Josh, for buying us a drink.
Thank you.
If you would like to buy us a drink, just send us $5 to @APODcast on PayPal. Put in the notes what you'd like me to make, and I will make it on a future episode.
Thank you, Ryan. I find it enjoyable.
If you want to toast the podcast and your credit don't stink, then reach inside your wallet now and buy us a drink.
Great. Good stuff.
Maybe that song has run its course.
I would like
No,
if
Aaron was looking something up.
I would like it if somebody would buy us a drink and force us to drink lean. I just
Purple
want to
drink?
try it.
which is
Purple drink,
Purple drink.
perp, scissor, syrup.
What is in it?
It is prescription strength cough or cold syrup. It's got to have codeine and promethazine in it,
I don't know that we need
and
that.
a soft drink. Maybe
Just like grape soda.
perfect.
Yeah.
Where are we getting prescription strength cough syrup?
One of us is going to have to get sick and then just
Well,
hang
you're
on to
sick.
it. Yeah,
get
but
it.
I didn't need any prescriptions.
You don't. The doctor doesn't know.
That's
All
true.
right.
Go
Something-
do some medical crimes.
something to work on.
But that would be fun while recording because, you know, the opioid properties, the narcotics would
Yeah,
kick in. And
as a person,
we'd just
with
have a good old time.
Addictive problems. I look forward to my heroin addiction after that.
Seems like it would be a Decepticon drink of choice.
Hell yeah. They know how to party.
Yeah. It's
I
a
got some-
Decepticon party.
I got some fun drinks planned for when we start to do Beast Wars. I don't know if you
Cool.
remember whenever we did the movie Redux with Kit and Harper. They had some ideas for cocktails that I wrote down.
Exciting.
Yeah. Yeah.
We should get. Are they big Beast Wars fans?
I don't
They
recall.
started with
I think-
Prime.
I don't remember. I'm sure they've seen at least some of them. I'm not for sure.
Okay.
Last episode recap. Amidst a planetary collision's catastrophic clash, Optimus Prime's lifeless form lay, later to be liberated from Demise's deadly grip. Sinister scientists schemed to spread a spiteful, hate-inducing ICID virus, but it's not a virus.
Plague.
It's a plague. It's spores.
Upon the Transformers seeking to silence their sparks, a Quintesson, caught and constrained, was compelled to conjure the resurrection of Optimus Prime's courageous core. Which brings us to the Return of Optimus Prime Part 2, Marv Wolfman, Sherry Wilkerson, teleplay by Michael Charles Hill, animated by Toei, and Studio Look. Which, before we get into it, Nope, maybe it's at the end of this episode. This Quintesson does have a name,
Oh
although it's not as though the name is ever spoken.
no,
Clementia. Isn't that the one from earlier in the season?
I think so.
So this is just Clementia again. So
Don't-
set the stage for everybody there.
I'm avoiding STD jokes.
Yeah, me too.
They've already been made.
This is a very this is heavy fodder for is it Dr. Smoove?
Yeah, we'll get to that point very soon.
Okay.
I'll call it out.
All right. Lots of nice light and shadow in this animation by Toei. It's probably the episode I remember best and have seen the most from season 3. And I will say I like the catch-up narration by Skylinks.
Mm-hmm.
It's relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
Old Paul eating.
We open up where we left off, Optimus Prime alive, and not alive in that freaky way where he's missing an arm and screaming uncontrollably. This time, no force in the
Don't remember
universe
any-
will stop him.
Don't remember any screaming.
I feel like there was a fair amount.
I like the idea.
Stop me from what, Prime?
Oh, I
Holding
see.
his head as it's bulging
I
weird.
thought you meant as he was going. He was in the ship driving it,
No.
just screaming,
I wish.
scream singing. Don't you remember? You told me you love me, baby.
A great song.
It is.
Skylinks, as just alluded to, we get a little recap from him. Prime's corpse was rescued by Jessica and Gregory. In the process, their ship got a spore facial. Turns out those spores cause life forms to get all fighty. More than a few bots and people got infected, including Matrix bearer Rodimus Prime. That's when they got this Quintesson in on the action, and bing, bang, boom, you're alive, Prime.
Yada yada yada. Our leader is back.
I'm here to save the day.
Prime is brain surprised and heart warmed that a Quintesson saved him, but even the Quints were quivering against this intergalactic infection.
I like how he pats on the
He does.
Quintesson.
There's a lot
He,
of,
love pats the Quintesson.
There's a lot of touching of other characters in this that has a bonk sound. They keep doing the bonk sound.
Conk, conk.
So who we got to help with this mission? We got Cup, Wheelie, Blur, Steeljaw, and Bumblebee. Did he mention Blaster? Because Blaster is here also.
He is here.
Oh,
But they were all fucked up
Yeah, they're all fucked up. Get them in the repair bay.
from Superion.
Yeah, they were cut down in the last episode. And at this point, yeah, I don't think we can go further without mentioning Dr. Smooth's rude awakening of Optimus Prime from 17 years
It's
ago.
very good.
I don't know who hasn't seen that, but if you haven't seen it, just Google those things and watch it. It's hilarious.
It's very funny.
I showed it to Harrison a couple of weeks ago, and he thought it was really funny.
It's one of the first. I mean, the thing's almost 20 years old. It's one of the first meme viral Transformers things I think I ever saw on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck is this Autobot? Prime, Willie's been helping us out a little while. We mostly use him as a decoy. I'll just say a couple other moments. Blaster. Oh shit.
Oh shit!
Blaster, you'll hang out with
Which
me.
is good because Blaster does not speak in this episode.
No. It does weave in a lot of other animations from season 3, but it's mostly based around this sequence in the of Return of Optimus Prime.
I kind of feel like I feel like a piece of shit. Call you.
We're going to ruin all the bits if they've never seen it.
Watch it. Watch it.
A few minutes and a little Quintesson magic and the aforementioned allies are all functioning. There's joy in the air as the Autobots celebrate the resurrection of their leader, and Bumblebee gets a shiny new look and name.
Mm-hmm.
Why does Bumblebee get an overhaul?
We have to move toys.
Yeah, we have to move
I feel like a gold bug. That's who you'll be, gold bug, because we got to sell new toys.
It feels like they have better things to do, though, functionally, than that.
They didn't, obviously.
You're right. I mean, by they, I mean the Quintesson.
Well, maybe he was really damaged.
Maybe.
Sort of like Ryan Paxton Prime.
Perfect. Prime doesn't have a plan yet. He needs the accumulated wisdom of the ancient Autobot authorities, but he can't pull the Matrix out of Roddy, or he'll be afflicted with space rabies. But hold on there, Buster. Jessica is here to drop some knowledge on that ass. Remember that heat-resistant alloy her father developed? We could slap a coat of that on Pax, and he might just be impervious to the impurities. But the problem is, we don't have the metal we need to conduct that experiment. Decepticons stole it, so maybe we just steal it back?
Yep.
Yeah, let's do that.
Slip that gal
Let's
into an
do that,
exosuit,
sister.
and let's roll out. It is heat-resistant, but I don't know how that would help in the plague. But
It says radiation resistant too. I don't know. It doesn't. It's fine.
maybe its radiation is the red.
Maybe that's why it's so contagious. Now everybody has cancer. It's like that terrible movie with John Wayne where he played Genghis Khan, and everybody got cancer because they filmed it in the desert where they did the atomic testing.
That's nice.
Good stuff.
That's real. I said this last episode too, and there's two things I'll say here. This is a very talky episode, which I don't mind. I like it. And then also we get to see this fun turnaround where Galvatron is just willy-nilly attacked by his own troops, and he's like, "You fools! That's my thing."
We're going to transition to Char. Speaking of Galvatron, he is being pursued by his personnel. We got Scourge, Cyclonus, Sweeps, Predaking, all infected. The afflicted Decepticons are popping shots at Galvatron, but Optimus Prime and his crew have arrived just in time to save him.
Galvatron does say, the Autobots are trying to save me. What madness is this? And I feel like that's kind of arrogant. They could have just been here to attack the Decepticons. It doesn't all have to be about you. It kind of does turn out to be about you, but
only because you're the only
the only one
that can take them where they need to go.
Yep.
I'm sure they would have preferred like a weaker Decepticon, just a random sweep.
They never would have found the metal then.
Unless
see.
I assume all the Decepticons
uninfected
know where
sweep.
the metal is.
Got it.
Or Blot, the Terrorcon. Just the disgusting nothing.
Galvatron's totally one of those people like when you were kids that would you go to some abandoned building or something, and they basically set you up to get hurt. Yeah, walk over the board, and they know it's going to break, and then they laugh.
Sounds like you were molested.
We will see that.
It's not molested.
He was clearly walked on a board.
Yeah.
It's like that time I was in elementary school and somebody I trusted told me to put my hands over my head because there was something in my hair to help me get it out. And then that person de-pantsed me in front of everybody, the whole class.
I guess it's kind of a comparison. I'm sorry.
That's technically a crime.
I shouldn't have done that.
If you do that to an adult, that's a crime.
Yes.
If you do that to a child as an adult,
that's a double crime.
Double crime. I forgive you, Caleb.
Thank you.
I never did anything wrong.
Nope.
I just got a boner in gym class in 7th grade.
There's nothing wrong with that.
What does it have
Wait
to
a
do
minute.
with anything?
Where are we going?
I just got called boner for a year, and I hated it.
Oh.
I never called you that.
No, I don't think so. It was
I don't remember you getting called that.
It was mainly the gym class and health class. Mainly Brandon Lafferty.
Ah.
He went to prison.
For that.
I wish.
I remember I saw pictures of him on Facebook after he got out of prison, and he was covered in Nazi tattoos.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Solid SS stuff.
Yep.
Galvatron.
That means I don't have to bleep his name because fuck him.
The afflicted, we're past this. Prime talks sense into Galvatron. They join forces for now. The other Decepticons retreat to recharge. And we talked about this a little bit last episode. It's a little unclear how the spores impact you. Like, they make you fighty. But these Decepticons seem to be working together to get Galvatron. So I was positing that maybe it's like a zombie thing where you're just trying to find something that's not you.
Yeah, to spread it.
Right.
Yeah.
I also kind of thought maybe they've been affected long enough where they got a little bit of cognitive ability back and like just decided to work together. I don't know. It doesn't. I mean, but yeah, we saw in the last episode that they did seem to target non-infected entities first.
But we also see lots of footage of infected entities just punching the shit out of each other.
But mainly that was only when that was all that was available, I think.
Right. Got it. So a non-infected person, you're the target. If there's no non-infected people,
Fair
just
game.
melee.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Galvatron walks the crew into a cave.
Oh, sorry, one thing, and I'm sorry if I'm stepping on something you have later, but I noticed, Aaron, that this must have been after Roger C. Carmel died.
Right.
Because in this scene I noticed that Cyclonus' voice is different.
It is after that. I didn't have that in my notes to bring up, but yeah, he voiced competently
By Jack Angel.
Right, by Jack Angel, correct. Yep. All right, the kids are in a cave, and Galvatron transforms and blasts the entrance closed. Coincidentally, the metal the Autobots seek is in this very cave. Mm-hmm. It's not an easy track with all the hiking and the climbing and the giant spider webs and the giant spider.
I did question, I'm like, why did you hide it way back here? But then I thought, if you're going to have a treasure trove, I mean,
got to make
that's
an
a good
adventure
play.
out of it.
Yeah, you got to, especially if you can fly.
The Autobots can't fly, and so when that spider shows up...
Oh, by the way, they encounter a giant web and start to walk across it,
right.
and then there's a spider and Galvatron.
I mentioned it.
Yeah, I know. We rolled past it pretty quick. I just wanted to make sure everybody knew.
And we go to commercial with the beast grabs Goldbug and is pulling him towards its gaping mouth. Mm-hmm. And Galvatron's just floating in the air laughing.
This episode is brought to you by Brian Jones's birthday. You may know Brian from such projects as several Buy Us a Drink cocktails of wildly varying ingredients and a couple of fun bot or not trivia quizzes, and I believe we have one more in the pipe that we'll be playing soon. At any rate, for his birthday, Brian wanted just a little shout-out, and we don't have an episode coming out that week, so happy birthday, Brian. Hopefully you'll listen to this on Monday the 21st, as that is your birthday. Here's a question for the group. Speaking of birthdays and holidays, if a holiday or birthday falls on, say, a Thursday, do you celebrate that following weekend or the weekend before? My birthday, that's right, I'm making it about me for a second. My birthday is a twofer because it's on Halloween, and I've always maintained that when I did have parties, it would be before the holiday, because what kind of lunatic wants to celebrate Halloween in November? Not this guy. I'm just a simple man. I like butter in my ass and lollipops in my mouth. Back to Brian. I bit this off of Reddit by way of my girlfriend with a post that said, if you want to make a 90s Europop synth dance hit, you just need a woman singer and some weird guy who raps like a horny wolf. Think the band Aqua. So this is what I have for you. Girl, I want to touch you. Do you wish my touch? It is Brian's birthday. We will dance so much. That's it. I'm the horny wolf rapper guy. Did you think there would be music? I'm not Caleb. So happy birthday, Brian. And now, back to the show. Autobots can't fly.
Although Skylynx can fly.
Yeah, but he doesn't. Or he does, but doesn't help. He doesn't do anything.
The shading is so good.
Yeah, this episode's very pretty. It's among the best animation, I think, of Season 3.
Low bar.
The monster looks a lot more like that thing in Star Trek 2 that's in the sand that infects you with earworms than a spider to me, or like a camel spider, maybe.
That always freaked me out.
Yeah, that was horrible.
I remember during the Gulf War, people would take
the camel
pictures
spider
of camel
shit?
spiders and make it seem like they were way bigger than they actually are.
Or more vicious than they are. Yeah, there was that picture going around that was like, this is an enormous thing, and it was both like poor focus, and I think it was two of them connected together.
Right, and it was super foreshortened.
Yeah.
They also would say they'll chase you down. They're savages, but they just like to be in shadows. So if you're walking across the desert, they're really just trying to stay in your shadow.
Like Batman.
Ooh,
I don't know.
Batman Spider.
Batman Spider.
Spider Batman.
He's sticky.
Returning from the break, Blaster and Cup shoot the spider, whatever it is, all up, saving Goldbug. Cup is very peeved at Galvatron's deception, but Optimus Prime reminds him to remember the mission. Galvatron claims he didn't help because he knew they could handle it. And I kind of believe him, actually.
Really?
I mean, I don't know.
I just think he didn't care. I thought he thought it was
Probably,
funny.
well, yeah, probably more he didn't care. That's a better way
I
of
think he
putting
thought it was funny. Maybe he didn't think they were in that much trouble, but I think he thought it was funny. Also, we rolled past the fact that they gave Jessica an exosuit.
I think I mentioned it.
Did
back
you?
when they put her in it.
I'm not remembering anything you're saying, apparently.
too bad.
But yeah, they gave her one of those old exosuits.
Mhm.
It's nice to see that again.
That'll come back around infection time. I'll have a point around that.
Cool.
Spoiler, she gets infected. Galvatron is looking for a tell on Optimus Prime, but Prime isn't giving up any information about why they need the metal. They engage in some delightful old-school banter, possibly even referring to his time as Megatron. Basically, Prime's like, I know you too well, Galvatron. And it's like, well, you don't really know him at all.
If for the millionth time we want to relitigate if Galvatron is Megatron.
Right, yeah, I mean, it's more evidence for Greg's unfunny nerd position that Megatron is completely Megatron inside there.
I would agree with that.
I guess we're all, everybody, I'm the stupid one, okay? I'm dumb.
Calm down, dude.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I flipped the table a moment ago. We're back.
We're back.
The bots make their way through a few more obstacles in their path. Some waterfalls, some weird cave leeches. If Rodimus were here, you know what he'd say? Gross.
Gross.
I love it.
These leeches are gross. Like, what the fuck?
What's going on?
I guess it's just another trap to keep people from getting to their treasure.
I guess so.
But presumably the Decepticons have to deal with all this while they're hauling it through these caves.
They didn't get on Galvatron.
He knows what's up. He knows the hot leech zones.
Oh, no.
Galvatron dispatches the parasites, but then infected Decepticons show up. What the hell?
Good grief.
Galvatron blows up yet another cave pathway to block the Decepticons' path. We don't need those fools following us.
Yeah, Goldbug and Blaster get infected.
At this point,
Yeah, they just did.
They just did.
I totally missed that.
We saw it.
Thanks.
So they're left
Thanks for
behind.
picking it up where I
So we
put
just
it
have
down.
Skylinks, Galvatron, Prime, and Jessica.
Galvatron leads the remaining Autobots to the metal storage facility, but he gets violent all of a sudden. Tell him why they need the metal. Jessica accidentally gives up the goods. There's enough metal here to coat Optimus Prime and make him impervious. Galvatron's enraged. He points his triggered fusion cannon at Optimus Prime. He doesn't...
I don't need you. Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine.
I don't need you anymore. With the terrible cannon drawing.
I thought the line, so much for your resurrection, was great
That is good.
as well. But the murder is bungled. Prime knocks the cannon off Galvatron's arm. Skylinks picks it up with his arm.
Yeah, question mark.
And it's
He's
now
standing
time
on one leg, I guess.
for Galvatron to put in some work. They've made him a slave.
Maybe he's in the Union.
Maybe. Good pay.
I wish he
Fair
had
pay.
Great bennies.
I wish he had a hard hat on.
Them are the regs. He
Yeah.
kind of does.
I miss the old hard hats.
Oh, yeah?
The-
We used to see him every now and again.
Way back, yeah.
that was 20 years ago.
Yeah. Feels, yeah.
Galvatron finishes loading metal inside Prime's trailer. Where'd that come from? Cyclonus has snuck into this warehouse and infects Jessica. Galvatron sees the infected foes, snags his cannon from Skylinks, and begins firing, but ultimately Jessica infects Galvatron, and the rest of the Autobots flee.
Is this where you want to talk about why did she get infected?
Yeah, there's just some discourse. Hey, I mean, she's got an exosuit, so do they really touch her?
Yeah. If you got a condom, it's like you're not even touching.
Which is why I take that shit off when they ain't looking.
Go, or what do they call that?
There is a word for that. They call it a felony.
It is. That's just assault. It's not. It's something with it. It's not sneaking. It's
It is kind of.
not ghosting. It's Oh,
Are we racing, Caleb? Stealthing.
stealthing. What a cute name for just a crime. Ugh. Anyway, sorry.
Skylinks also, I would maybe just put this as an animation error, should
Yeah.
kind of be infected. She's
That's
definitely touching his tail.
That's the more egregious one. Which, well, yeah, there's lots of animation and coloring errors in this with the hate plague and stuff. But yeah, Jessica very clearly is holding on to Skylinks' tail as he leaves and falls off, but he doesn't get infected. But whatever.
Yet.
Not yet.
Back at Autobot City, the Quintessons are processing the metal to coat Prime in the alloy. And I said Quintessons plural. This is one. Perhaps it's being processed by some chemical means. After all, it is heat resistant.
Like it, you know, I had this point too of like how it survived a nova and can still be processed, but maybe it's like adamantium where you can liquefy it once, and once it hardens, you can't.
Wow.
It's
I did not know that.
Yeah, you can liquefy adamantium. That's once it's in liquid form, you have to keep it liquid, and once it hardens, you can't destroy it again.
Well, these guys had to liquefy it to put it into beams already. You can liquefy it twice.
Maybe you could liquefy and aerosolize it once.
All right, we've established the rules of this universe.
Maybe they used. They couldn't use jet fuel.
We know it doesn't melt beams.
No.
Cui bono.
It's been a while. I'm glad it's back. When the job is done, the hunt for Rodimus Prime is on. Rodimus is being chased by some Rowdy bodies in a junkyard. Rodimus outmaneuvers them, and they crash into a pile of junk.
He's having a good old time.
It's a lot of fun. I guess this goes back to our theory. If there's nobody uninfected around, then these guys just fuck with each other.
Yeah.
Optimus Prime shows up. He tries to talk sense into Rodimus. You got to help the universe. Fight the madness. At least I think they're the Throttlebots. It could be the
I think they are
Stunticons.
too. I think they're Throttlebots. They're meant to be.
For a moment, Rodimus seems lucid, but really, he's crazed. He blasts at Optimus, who takes shelter behind some junk, and Rodimus drives away.
I love his banter. He's like, "Huh, okay," or something like that.
Yeah.
Play it in a minute.
And then Skylinks says, "Look out, Optimus."
He's crazed! is what he says.
Oh, Optimus! I thought you were dead. The preservation of our very existence is at stake. Madness has infected the entire galaxy. The Autobots, the Decepticons, the humans. They threaten to wipe each other out of existence. We've got to fight the madness. You've got to help me, Rodimus.
Help the universe?
Listen to what I'm saying.
Oh, all right.
It's Optimus, he's crazed!
All right.
All right. He's out of breath. Go ahead, Aaron.
There's, again, not to call out all the animation weirdness, but there's some transparency issues with that scene from where it's both of them from the side, and you can see the junk behind Rodimus Prime
Well,
for some reason.
that happens in the last episode too. When they first get the Autobots first get infected, there's a lot of layering issues with the glowing. This is an excellent episode if you had the Ultra Magnus G1 toy to recreate, because
Yeah.
it comes with a white Optimus.
Which I did have.
I had it too.
Well,
Oh,
Challenge.
will you copy me? Stop copies me.
I don't know why Rodimus just drives away. But he also has the memory of the fact that, I mean, they have intelligence.
They're
I
just
think-
mad.
Yeah, but like, okay, I would posit it like, if you have schizophrenia, that kind of like advanced schizophrenia, that kind of like overrides any logic, because
Yeah.
it's your brain doing the problem.
Right. And there are moments when, you can
Yeah.
see reality or
Yeah.
understand reality. Optimus Prime confronts Rodimus in a auto production facility. We see from the grappling that Optimus is indeed impervious to the plague. They tussle a bit, and Rodimus opens some kind of smelting acid pit thing. Skylink saves Prime, but then he is infected by Rodimus.
Yeah, there's Prime jumps out of Skylinks just kind of in the nick of time before Skylink just like crashes through the building and flies away.
It was weird that Optimus jumps out, I guess, hoping that Rodimus was going to fall, because Rodimus falls out of Skylinks whenever Skylinks crashes through the ceiling.
Yeah.
Rodimus infected Skylinks. That's kind of what he says.
Yeah.
Rodimus infected Skylinks!
Oh, that line reading was perfect.
Oh, that's right. I was wrong. Optimus doesn't fall out of Skylinks.
Optimus jumps out of
Right.
Skylinks.
Rodimus falls out. Gotcha. Yeah.
Rodimus, Optimus continue to grapple on a conveyor belt. Prime begs Rodimus, give him the Matrix. Rodimus grabs some kind of laser steel cutty pistol thing, and we go to commercial with the memorable line,
Save you, I need the Matrix. You're so anxious to remove the Matrix from me. Let's see what I can cut from you.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. When we started this project, we had no idea if it would work, how it would work, or how long it would last. We jumped in with both feet, and we're excited to find ourselves enjoying the experience and eager to continue. And years later, we continue to look forward to every recording session. We love the content that we create, the artwork we make, and most of all, the friendships we've developed along the way. But it certainly isn't easy, and the path forward isn't always clear. We have to plan ahead and dedicate ourselves to keep moving forward with a goal in mind on our terms. But first and foremost, we believe that you should commit to taking care of yourself so that you can trust yourself to make the decisions that align with what you truly want and act on them with confidence and excitement. We believe that talking to someone that can help you navigate through and identify the root of your fears and uncertainties can get you on a healthy path forward. And that's why we recommend BetterHelp. With BetterHelp, you can access a network of licensed, accredited, and experienced therapists who can help you find your way by working through a range of issues, including uncertainty, anxiety, confusion, boundary issues, lack of confidence, and more. All you need to do is fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Let therapy be your map with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/Autopod today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Autopod.
Here we go to
Cuts his penis off.
Oh, no.
Optimus. No, nothing's working.
It'd be Unicrus Prime.
Maybe that was Unicron's problem. He
was a eunuch. I'm so mad.
I don't think that's the penis. I think that's the balls.
Oh yeah,
How
that's
about they
right.
just take it all.
There's various stages, but the root deal is the walnuts.
Hey, James.
Yeah, what's up?
Back from break, what Rodimus doesn't understand is that Optimus is protected from heat, and that doohickey isn't going to cut shit on him.
Nah.
They reach the end of the conveyor belt. Prime knocks the shit out of Rodimus.
He's done asking.
And yoinks that Matrix right from his chest.
Yep. Finally, just, clock that boy.
Yeah, stop asking permission.
I love that this episode promotes the idea that sometimes violence is the only recourse.
As a
It's
last,
not untrue.
yeah. Pulled that Matrix right out of there.
There is some...
Is there any fan theories out there, or any fic out there of where the Matrix has the rage plague, because it was
an interesting thought.
Because it was inside Rodimus, it would also get infected with rage.
If there are theories, I don't know about them.
I mean, one would think that the Matrix would have.
I think that it's protected, as we'll see, for a reason from it.
Yeah.
There is also, at this point, people who are mad about the way Optimus puts it in his chest.
Oh, let's see. I didn't even pick up on that. So he rolled down the windshield and stick it because that's what he should have done. Oh, I see.
He kind of just
like
throws
a cassette.
it in there. Well, what I saw was that people were saying he puts it in horizontally, but he doesn't even.
He folds.
He just kind of like.
Not only does he puts
it in the weirdest way possible.
He puts it in. It's like vertical, and then he folds it.
Yeah,
he folds
it's
it.
It's not
in.
sideways, basically.
It's the exact opposite of what he should have done.
But
it still works.
And then we get one of my favorite things about Season 3, traveling into the Matrix.
Yep. We are back in Metroplex. Prime believes the ancient Autobot leaders must have a solution to this pathogenic pickle. So he dunks that Matrix into his chest like a crystallized nacho chip, and we go into the Technicolor dream. In the Etherverse, Prime seeks knowledge. Alpha Trion ain't got shit on this caper. Prime is going to have to go back further.
And as per usual, after Alpha Trion, all the Autobot leaders or whomever they're supposed to be, we see are nothing we've ever seen
bunch of
before.
randos. Except one.
What one?
The one that has the info.
Oh, the skull guy, the CAD guy,
the death head guy.
I'd like to see more of where he keeps going back, and as he goes back to one after the other, they're just like, nope.
He just swipes right.
Nope.
Nope.
And they reply, no, I don't know. Nope, I don't know.
Got nothing.
Nope, got nothing.
While Optimus Prime is in the throes of this DMT trip, the infected Transformers show up at the gates of Autobot City. Lock the gates! Which the Quintesson does, but Prime has got to hurry. The door just should have been shut. That door should not be open.
No.
That Quintesson is panicking.
Yeah, he's freaking out.
I don't blame him.
Oh, no. Decepticons! Oh!
Hurry!
John Waters?
You must hurry, Optimus. It's a big pickle that we're in. Oh.
Optimus Prime converses with perhaps the most ancient Autobot leader, referred to in the script as It. We've seen It before, but I think this is a more vectorized version. But it's essentially
in the script they see they describe it as a CAD image.
Yeah, it's like a vectorized Quintesson death face, but it seems to be benevolent for the most part, or at least neutral. The apparition explains, yeah, we've seen this shit before. We took those spores, threw them in a box, and shot them into a sun, but they couldn't be destroyed. The only way to fight spores is with wisdom. Sucks for you guys. No one has that kind of wisdom today, especially now that the spores have gone intergalactic. Optimus Prime posits maybe we don't need one wise person. Perhaps the accumulated wisdom of the Matrix is what can stop the spores.
Exactly.
And that is when the infected goons, including Galvatron, and let me back up, which would probably be why the Matrix doesn't get infected even though it's inside Rodimus.
Yeah. That's what I was alluding to.
So the goons, Galvatron, break into Autobot City. They breach the ayahuasca hut that Optimus Prime is in. Galvatron has a large coat rack in his hands, and he means to impale Prime. But then Optimus Prime wakes up, his chest flips open, And it is not the spores, rather the sultry sounds of Stan Bush that are now infecting the airwaves.
Absolutely. You got the touch.
Even the Russians.
And then
Even the Russians.
And if you'll notice, what's her face?
Jessica?
Jessica and her dad reunite. They're in Russia.
that makes no fucking sense.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's her dad. I think it's Gregory, but
I think it's
either way, it makes no
Her and
sense.
Gregory, like, there's Paris. Then
What was it? St. Basil's Cathedral?
Yeah. And then they're there too. I guess in the all the rage stuff, they just ended up. Somehow
One could
in the
also
Soviet
question how she
Union.
got back to Earth at all.
Right. She should be in a cave, perhaps still infected.
I guess she came back with the Decepticons.
Hey, they're in a great tourist destination. And they happen to be Eastern Orthodox. So, they can actually attend a service there.
That makes sense.
I mean, basically, like, this is kind of, You Got the Touch starts playing. We basically get the end of Transformers the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Except instead of Unicron, it's the spores.
So I
love it. I liked it.
So is collective wisdom the way that we can defeat fear and anger?
I think that's the implication.
Yeah.
I think that's just what everybody says. Like,
And communism.
Yeah, that too.
As referred to last episode. The wisdom of the Matrix frees everybody from the madness. And when the last drop of wisdom is squeezed from the Matrix, the entire galaxy has been cured.
So after they all get cured, the doctor says,
This is good.
I can't say what I'm feeling. I'm so terribly sorry. And Gregory says, we had no right to do what we did with the spores. Like, oh boy. What is the word for the largest understatement? Like, you almost genocided a galaxy.
Right.
Yeah, they should go to trial.
Like, we appreciate the mea culpa, but you're going to prison.
Yes, definitely.
Even Galvatron.
I'm not for the death penalty, but put these fuckers against the wall.
Even Galvatron's gone soft. There will be no war today, Optimus Prime. You have earned Galvatron's respect.
Wow, that's unusual.
Big deal.
I would like if you could capture the last bit of this where the last lines where it's like Hot Rod is talking about the Matrix and it's here.
Yeah, sure.
No way.
There.
I deeply apologize.
Does this mean the fighting will continue?
Had to say. There will be no war today, Optimus Prime. You have earned Galvatron's respect.
The wisdom of the ages. It's lost.
No, not lost. We're all a little wiser now.
But the Matrix is empty.
It's up to all of us to fill it again. With the wisdom we accumulate from this moment on. Autobots, transform and roll out!
I like it.
Yeah, I like the positive.
Yeah. Also, it's a great way to end season 3, like with that line, transform and roll out, which is not in the original script.
Peter Cullen is just like, I'm calling an
I'm
audible on
say
this one.
Yeah.
But they don't need. Why do they need to transform and roll out?
That's because that's what
We're done here.
Because that's what they do, man.
They just wanted to hear Prime say it, I guess.
Ride, postman.
Oh no! Does anyone remember that movie? Good lord!
So that's it for season 3.
Far out. What a ride.
And that's it for Toei. Sorry.
Hey.
Squid King. At least in the American version.
Yeah.
We have 3 remaining season 4 episodes, and those are all ACOM. Toei did go on to animate the entire Japanese sequel series. How do you feel, guys? I feel like we've done
I don't know
something.
anything about it.
Oh
No, not about the Japanese series.
About
Just
this?
about
Oh.
this.
We're amazing. We just keep rocking and rolling, man.
Sucking and fucking.
Yeah, we just knocked out another season, and this was season 3.
We're going to give the show more of what we just gave it.
Yeah. Everybody,
That is a reference that no one else in the world will get.
we're in our prime.
There might be one writer of a porno magazine in the 90s who's like, they used my line.
I wrote that.
I made an impact.
I think that was Keyhole Magazine.
God, so lowbrow.
Top tier animation, savor it.
We did it.
Yep.
Well drawn, great colors, dynamic angles, good lighting effects.
It's a good season.
Going out on top.
Yeah, like I said last episode, this the 1-2-parter here is a 1-2-parter. The 2-parter here is I feel like a great cap to the G1 series proper. Season 3 for sure, and then we have Rebirth, which. We'll see how that. I don't remember really anything about Rebirth except that Daniel becomes RC's head.
Right. Yeah, unnecessary. The
toys.
Yeah. I had a few headmasters.
I had headmasters. I had target masters. I had target master Hot Rod and regular Hot Rod.
They were able to establish the lore a lot more in the Marvel Comics.
Yeah, the
series.
the books were actually really good about both, like all three, the target masters, power masters, and headmasters. So I thought it was really cool.
But as it was, and we'll have more research on this, I think season 4 was intended to be a full production season. Then it got narrowed down to 5 episodes.
Yeah.
And then it got narrowed down to 3.
Where we'll talk about that, but David Wise writes them, and I think he was very upset. And it ended up being like he had to introduce like a character every 45 seconds or something.
Yeah. There's a good interview with him. I think it might be on a collection that you guys got me, a compilation of all the episodes where he talks about that. It's like an hour-long interview with him.
Cool.
And if I can find it, I'll give
Maybe
it to
we'll
you.
rip it and put it up.
Let's rip it and rock it.
Rip it and stick it.
Rockin' and roll.
I don't really have any new characters and voice actors. I did mention, other than that, Clementia is voiced by Aaron Kincaid. So that takes us to
In the real world.
All right. The Real World, Return of Optimus Prime Part 2 aired one day after the last episode, February 25th, 1987. In the American Top 40, we talked about this week's number 1 in the last episode, Jovi's Living on a Prayer, which you guys were lukewarm about.
Yeah.
So this time we'll discuss the number 1 song for 2 weeks in January of 1987, Walk Like an Egyptian by the Bangles. This is the third song. This is the third single from their second studio album, Different Light, and it was the Bangles' first number 1 and Billboard's number 1 song of 1987. Songwriter and producer Liam Sternberg said that he was inspired to create the song while on a ferry crossing the English Channel. When the vessel hit choppy water, passengers stepped carefully and moved their arms awkwardly while struggling to maintain their balance, and that reminded Sternberg of an Egyptian... Oh, no.
Hieroglyph.
That reminded Sternberg of the description of human figures in ancient Egyptian tomb paintings. He wrote the words, "Walk like an Egyptian," in a notebook. Later, Sternberg looked back at the notebook and, composing the melody on a guitar, he put together with an up-tempo song with lyrics about Egyptian hieroglyphs, the Nile River, crocodiles, desert sand, bazaars, and hookah pipes, and then segued into modern scenes of blonde waitresses, school kids, and police officers. The music video was nominated for Best Group Video at the 1987 MTV Music Awards. Most of the people in the video, inspired by Sternberg's original vision, were filmed on the streets of New York City, although special effects were used to modify photos of Princess Diana and then Prince Charles, Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi, and the Statue of Liberty.
Yep, I remember it well.
Was there a statement they were trying to make?
The
with
world,
that?
the world's catching on to the walking like an Egyptian. It's sweeping the nation. It's sweeping the world.
In a popular scene from the video, Hoffs was filmed in a close-up where her eyes moved from side to side, looking left and right. When asked about the scene in an interview, Hoffs explained that she was looking at individual audience members during the video shoot, which took place with a live audience. Looking directly at individual audience members was a technique she used to overcome stage fright, and she was unaware the camera had a close-up on her while she was employing this technique, switching between one audience member on her left and one on her right.
Interesting.
Serendipity. John Cusack.
Both of those videos were in heavy rotation. That makes sense. At the same time, at Skateland, like I remember going to Skateland, and those were just all playing all the time. That was good stuff. Love the Bangles.
Yeah, they're great.
Mm-hmm.
Check them out, children. Number 1 at the box office, Platoon is number 1 this week, like we talked about. So let's talk about one of my favorite horror movies of 1987, Nightmare on Elm Street 3: The Dream Warriors. You guys seen this movie?
I think
have,
so. It's
I
been
have.
a long time.
Last year, the year before, at the annual Transylvania Halloween show, I learned and played the theme of Dream Warriors.
Oh.
The Dream Warriors don't want to dream no more.
It's good stuff.
Yeah,
Buddy's never seen the movie.
yeah, a long time ago.
This
Refresh
is
us.
one of my favorites in the franchise, which is not really controversial. I think it's most people's favorite in the franchise. Directed by Chuck Russell, who also directed the excellent and underrated 1988 remake of The Blob and 1994's The Mask. The story was developed by Wes Craven and Bruce Wagner and stars Heather Langenkamp, Patricia Arquette, Larry Fishburne, Priscilla Pointer, Craig Wasson, and Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger. I don't know why I said it like that. The film's plot centers around a group of young adults who have been committed to a psychiatric hospital where Nancy Thompson, played by Langenkamp, the final girl from the first film. Freddy, an undead supernatural serial killer for anyone who fucking doesn't know, can murder people in their dreams and seeks to slaughter the teenagers as they are the last remaining children of the parents who burned him to death. The conceit of the film is that the kids...
All of those kids?
The 5.
What a coincidence. That they'd all just be in a mental institution.
Yep.
Yep. Sorry to disrupt your cadence.
The conceit of the film is that the kids learn to control their dreams and create alter egos with superpowers to battle Freddy in his own realm. It's very cool. And it's kind of like lucid dreaming, basically. Which I used to do a lot, but kind of don't do anymore because I find it more boring than real dreaming.
Huh. Okay.
I just feel like what my brain can come up with on its own. Like, I will often realize I'm dreaming and I can take control, but I don't because when I do take control, it gets dull. Because I'm like, what am I doing? I just want to just play it for me.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Originally, Wes Craven wanted the movie to have a meta-cinematic plot with Freddy coming into the real world and haunting the actors of the films. This was ultimately rejected by New Line, and Craven would later resurrect this for Wes Craven's New Nightmare, the 7th installment of the franchise, which is okay. It's not bad. Dream Warriors was theatrically released on February 27th, 1987, and grossed $44.8 million domestically on a budget of $4 million.
That's my birthday. That was the day I turned 9.
Hey.
9.
That's what I had a Hitler themed birthday party.
It was controversial. Brandon Lafferty was there.
Yeah. Wow. I feel responsible somehow now.
The film received mostly positive reviews from critics and is considered by many to be one of the best films of the Elm Street series. Fun facts from This Week in History. February 25th, 1987, the U.S. Supreme Court upholds affirmative action in a 5-4 decision. And those were the days.
Sure were.
One day later, on February 26th, the Tower Commission probes the Iran-Contra affair, the scandal in which the U.S. government sold arms illegally to Contras in Iran, aptly named, for which Colonel Oliver North would ultimately take the fall, and President Ronald Reagan would claim to have no knowledge of. Finally, in February of 1987, Samuel Little, to date the United States' most prolific confirmed serial killer, was released from prison after serving a truly ridiculous term of 2.5 years
Oh my God.
for the beating, strangling, and attempted murder of 2 women in California. He moved to Los Angeles and committed at least 10 other murders. Little was ultimately arrested for the last time in 2013 and found to have committed 60 confirmed murders, with 93 confessed to and suspected between 1970 and 2005.
Jesus Christ.
He beat Gary Ridgway, the Green River Killer, who I believe was convicted of 40 and has confessed to 73.
Good Lord.
Good stuff.
That's the
real world.
Thanks,
We're getting
Iran
into serial
Contra.
killer territory, the 80s and the 90s, when we started
boy.
catching them.
Was anybody held accountable for Iran Contra? Like, did Oliver North? He didn't go to prison or anything.
No,
I don't think he did. No, he was... ugh.
Nowadays, we just got Marjorie Taylor Greene putting Hunter Biden dick pics up in Congress.
Yeah, good stuff.
We're not circling the drain. This American experiment isn't going south.
Look at our president's son and his big dick.
Ooh.
Fucking.
Okay.
I mean, it was pretty explicit shit. Look it
I
up.
didn't see it
Look
or
it
know
up.
anything about it, and I won't.
Google it.
I completely refuse.
In safe mode. Or not safe
Incognito.
mode. Incognito mode. Do it in safe mode and incognito mode.
Or just don't. Just save yourself and don't even investigate.
Yeah.
Don't engage.
Don't engage.
I did forget to do the writers in the last script deviations. Sherry Wilkerson. These are the only 2 episodes she wrote of the Transformers. She also wrote for Jim Ruby Spears' Superman and Batman the Animated Series. Marv Wolfman he's still alive, is mostly a comic book writer known for his work on Tomb of Dracula, Blade, The New Teen Titans, and Crisis on Infinite Earths, among others, while serving as the co-creator on a number of classic characters such as Deathstroke, Cyborg, Raven, Starfire, Brother Blood, Bullseye, Blade, Black Cat, Anti-Monitor, Tim Drake, Adrian Chase, and the Nova Corps. Outside of writing for comics and cartoons, Wolfman appeared as fictionalized versions of himself in Legends of Tomorrow and Teen Titans Go. He was also the story editor for Season 3 of Transformers. And he wrote the episode The Probe for Beast Wars, and the original story outline, and 4 episodes for Beast Machines. The character Jessica Morgan is named after his daughter.
He's all in on this Transformers shit.
Yes. So, for the script itself, at the top of the script, which I'll put on the Patreon page, Flint Dilley hand-wrote, "At the risk of fraud, I think I worked on this episode," which made me laugh, and I don't understand what it means. There aren't that many differences in the script other than a particularly glaring one where Orion Pax is the one who confronts Optimus and asks him what he's doing here in the Matrix, which just fucking blows my mind that even made it to the final script. Someone must have caught it because it's not marked up in the final script, but the episode replaced Orion Pax with Alpha Trion.
And some people will say that Alpha Trion, it's weird that he's there.
That's
because
true.
he was absorbed by Vector Sigma. But then I've heard people at Retcon explain that by saying that maybe there's a link between Vector Sigma and the Matrix, that he's projecting from Vector Sigma.
What's great is you can
something
say
like
anything.
That. Yeah, let's make it up. What really happened is everybody just forgot.
Yes.
And didn't care.
Right.
And was working on a bunch of shit at the same time. One other minor difference that makes more sense in the script and then in the episode is that Jessica and Swafford are shown reviving at Metroplex instead of Moscow, which, as we mentioned, does not make any sense.
Metroplex doesn't make sense either, but...
No, not really, because, how did they get there?
Well, it would make sense because the Decepticons showed up there.
If she's with the Decepticons,
Yeah.
That's pretty much it in the script. Oh, we're doing... Aaron started a slow clap and
didn't
then
really
immediately abandoned it.
Nobody was helping me out. If we were to rate the ski, there's no real change from our discussion last episode in terms of
10.
I guess in this one we
rating.
can rate Prime Scheme.
Yeah,
Okay.
I give it a 10 because
It worked.
Did it?
I think that he would have said, "Well, the Matrix will have all the answers," and he goes in, and they're all
They're like, "We don't have
we
any
don't have an
answers."
answer." So kudos to him for actually coming up with a brilliant concept on his own, and he single-handedly saved the galaxy.
Yep.
It's
I'll
weird
give it a
because it
10.
started with they grabbed Prime's body because they wanted to bury him, but then the plague was happening, and Rodimus was like, "We gotta make Prime come back to life. He'll have the answers." And so they went and got a Quintesson. They brought him back to life, and Prime's like,
I fucking
the
don't know.
Matrix. The Matrix will have the answer. We just keep passing the buck."
Yeah.
But it did have the answer.
It did.
Luckily
And it won.
for everybody. What about iconic moment? Anything other than the empty
In the
Matrix?
end, that actually is really interesting that they took the bold step. I guess it's not that bold. I don't know. Maybe since they thought there was another season, it was. But I like the idea that the Matrix used up all its power and now it's empty, and we have to refill it with our ongoing adventures.
But that's like 10 million years.
Yep.
Matrix
Even more,
film.
maybe.
We don't know.
Because Prime was leader for like 9 million.
You're right. There's a lot of heads that...
Like 4 million of those were stuck in a hill.
Yeah, the Matrix was just taking a nap
Yeah, it was just...
at that time.
Next time on the Autopod Decepticast.
I don't know what we're doing.
I was wondering what you were going to say.
I think
Mm-hmm.
we're going to do a Doe for Joe.
I think we are.
Yep.
And then
A Joe-episode.
we'll cover the
You guys are
season
going to like
4
it.
And maybe another Doe for Joe. But I think we're taking a little break, short break after that.
Uh-oh.
But we've got at least 3 episodes coming up.
3 episodes left of G1.
We've got 4 episodes, then a break.
5 episodes then. 2
Oh, my God.
2 Doe for Joes.
We're doing so much math.
And 3 Transformers.
We might do the Doe for Joe. Like, we might record it, but then release it a little later than we normally would. It's
Okay.
like a mid-break.
The next episode will be a Doe for Joe, I think, for sure.
We've been given some money to do a Joe
Been
episode.
gifted
So,
2 Joe episodes.
We've been commissioned.
and
So,
then eventually Beast Wars.
yep, next we're going to do a Joe episode, and then I think we're going to do
Season
4, and then another Joe.
The
There's going to
Awakening.
be a break. We're going to take a little break, but we'll be releasing stuff in that break.
If you would like to help support the show,
Give, my fellow Decepticons! Give till it hurts!
check out the old Patreon page at patreon.com/apoddcast and see the varied levels of support and pick one that suits your life and lifestyle.
If commitment is not your bag,
then you could go to our store and make the minor commitment of just buying something there. You can also buy us a drink, which is 5, how many doll hairs?
$5 hairs.
$5. And if there's a cocktail you'd like us to try, send us the recipe, send us the doll hairs, and
At APODcast on PayPal.
it's pretty easy. And you can support us through the Gift of Stars, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Thread, although that's
Thread.
more social media. Most of these are social media. On those players, have I ever done this before?
This is a good closer for
You can hang
season
out
3.
with us virtually on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We put up the episodes on YouTube. We're on Threads now as well. All of those presences are at APODcast. That's it, guys. Bye.
Season 3 is in the can.
I still think I like it better than season 2 for all of its faults.
I've always liked season 3
Interesting.
the most.
Disagree.
Bye.
Bye.
Making sure I have value.
There was one thing I was going to tell you guys before. I might tag this at the end of the episode or something if it's funny. But I had a dream this morning that I was back in I was in a Ms. Wilson. Caleb, you
class?
remember? It was like a college level course this time though, and she left the room for a minute. And this guy, he was like a 6 foot tall, blonde, really built guy. And he came up to me and he was like, "Can you get this videotape for me?" And there was this case of videotapes, and he was trying to explain it, and he was like a super Christian or something, and didn't want to say the word God.
Are you recording?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
And I looked. I was looking at the tapes, but none of them had any like labels, and I was looking for it. I'm like, "I'm sorry, I don't see it." And he was like, "Oh, look a little closer." And I bent over. And then I feel his hand go in between my legs and grab my balls really fucking hard and squeeze them. He's like, you know what I'm looking for. You know what I want. And like he starts squeezing them. I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't see what you're looking for. And he smelled really good. And then
Oh my God.
yeah. And then Miss Wilson came into the class and he let me go. But I woke up and my balls were sore.
Wow.
Oh my
It
God.
was horrible.
I had a dream the other night that me and Andy were having sex, and her father-in-law walked in, just like out of the blue.
It's one of those videos.
And I was like, it didn't go that direction, thank God, but it was weird.
Were you in your head in your dream? Were you like, do I keep?
No. He walked in and we stopped, and then I woke up.
Let's make strong eye contact and keep pumping.
This is how he made you. This is how he made you.
Jeez. I'm not your father. I'm not your father.
Bro Cells is the sponsor of Autopod Decepticast. Yes, 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 yes.